Good morning, Stephen. Let's check this out, sir. Now, there's a ton of different ways to do these, really. We could set up ratios and proportions and solve them that way, but really kind of the goal for this is to look at how we can model a situation and make it into a mathematical equation, which we can then solve. So the math here isn't too crazy. What's kind of crazy is like the setting up of it, and it definitely is something that requires some practice. So I'll give you a couple tips right off the bat. What we're talking when we say is in English, that means equals. Okay, so think about that as an equal sign. And when we say of in English, that's really meaning multiplying, right? We're multiplying here. That's the operation. So all of these are going to involve multiplication. And what we do is we kind of just go down the sentence left to right as we would read normally, but we replace those special words. If we see any percents here, I'm going to replace those as a decimal because a percentage, as you know, is 30 over 100 in this case, 9 over 100, right? So we're going to kind of use that as well to help us. So let's take a look at A. 63 is, so right away we're going to say 63 equals, right? Replacing is with equals. 30%, I'll just make that into a decimal right now. I mean, you don't have to, but it's, it saves a step. Of what number? Now I know we're multiplying. I'll use a dot here, and I'll use x because I don't know what that number is yet. So we're halfway there already. We've just modeled this situation. 0.3 times x, that's going to be 0.3x. And then to solve for x, we'll just do kind of some simple algebra. Divide both sides by 0.3. That goes away. 63 divided by 0.3 comes out to 210. I calculated that, by the way. I don't know that off bat. So that's the first one there. Okay, so it's really just the modeling that's the challenging part here. Next one, what? So again, that would be x, right? X equals, what is? X equals 9%, which we'll make as a decimal. Just take 9 and divide it by 100. Whenever you see percent, right, divide by 100 of 120. So again, this one, we have x already by itself, so there's no real algebra. We'll just multiply our decimal. 0.9 times 120 comes out to 10 decimal 8 right there. I'll make some more room here. C, 67.8. So again, we're just going to write that out. 67.8 is equals what percent? So now this one's kind of a tricky one. What percent? I'm going to say x over 100 because this is this does equal a percentage. You could leave this 100 part out, but then you would have to multiply your answer by 100. So I like to just keep it in, and that way we don't mess it up. So again, we're multiplying here of 22.6. Okay, so again, now what can we do? Well, we can multiply. We'll start by multiplying both sides by 100. We'll just get rid of that. We'll get rid of this here, this going on, right? So that's gone. We're going to have 67.80, right? So 2 decimal places right there. That's gone over here. That's going to be x times 22.6, or I'm just going to erase that to make some room for myself. 22.6x, right? Now we'll divide both sides by 22.6, and that should come out to about 300, right? So 300% is what we're looking at right there. So that's the play, buddy, pretty much. D is similar to a previous one, nothing really too crazy there. We can take a look at it though. Okay, so D, 63 is equals 0.7, because I'm going to change 70% to a decimal, of what number of x, right? So 63 basically equals 0.7x. Divide both sides by 0.7. What's that come out to be? 90. So there you go, buddy. I hope that helps. It's really just modeling and just using those two little tips. Is means equals, of means multiplying, and you should be able to kind of go from there. If you have any problems, let me know.